GM friends, happy Friday. Hope you guys are having a great start to your day so far. Welcome to the weekly Monkey production of the Monkey Weekly Town Hall. Hope you guys are having a great day. And of course, the NFT NYC Hacker House is ongoing. We're already seeing a lot of chatters and conversation, and safe to say a lot of our monkeys like Solus is having serious FOMO. Every day he shows up in Discord and tells everybody he's super excited, and he's unfortunately still stuck in this, online chat room called Discord, and he will only be in NFT NYC by 2nd April. So for everyone who's fortunate enough to already be there participating in the Hacker House, lineup, hope you guys are having a great time. There's of course a lot of monkeys hacking, and nothing less since we do have a lot of builders there. And of course, I think hanging out with some of our fellow monkeys will always be an amazing time. Now, so I think some of us may be wondering what's going on in the NFT NYC, or rather the Solana NYC Hacker House, the pre-NFT NYC sort of lineup. I know we have Unjust Mouse as well as Super Simon there as well. Death Majesty got in, I think, 2 days ago, and Jacob is, pretty much spending all his time in New York, so he's probably there hanging out with fellow monkeys as well. But to make sure that we get the latest ground updates this week, we should kick off with a quick, update on what's going on at the ground floor at NFT NYC right now, the Solana NYC Hacker House. Let's bring up Super Simon. Simon, I'm not sure if you are in a convenient time to speak, but it would be amazing if you can let us know what's been going on at the NYC Hacker House. So whenever you're ready, feel free to take it over.
All right, I'm actually going to speak up instead of Simon at this moment because he's sitting across from me, jamming to make sure he's all prepared. So we are currently in New York, sitting very close to each other on a bed inside, right around the corner from the New York Hacker House. Don't worry about it. It's all for monkey vibes because we knew that the Hacker House would be a little bit too loud. So we wanted to make sure we were really, really close to each other so that we could, talk to each other and get a lot of important work done for MonkeDAO. And so the Hacker House has been pretty awesome. It's only a 2-day event this year for all the Hacker Houses. So they're really quick. For this one, it's only yesterday and today. The demos will happen at the end of the day today, so we'll be keeping our eyes out, hopefully being able to support some monkeys that are going to be presenting, if there are any. Usually there are. And during yesterday, it was a really calm event. To be honest, we got in a little bit too early. Simon and I are people that like to be on time, but being on time means that you get to stand in the rain and wait for them to let you in. But there were a lot of monkeys that were hanging out. We got to actually see quite a few. One of our board members was there yesterday as well. Jacob was around, and then there was a ton of other monkeys that we saw. Super excited. We got to meet Dev Majesty for the first time ever. It was an amazing time. We got to hang out with some other monkeys, like I think there was an Undie, a ravaged Undie that appeared. There was Jacob, and then I already said Jacob. I meant what's his name? Oh my lord. Yeah, Sivek also showed up from the Monkey Patrol team, so he was hanging out, and we got to really just catch up with everyone in person. It was really great, and hopefully, going into today, we have another event that's going to be happening after the Hacker House concludes. So anyone that is in town, please be sure to make sure to get in contact with one of us so that you can come join. There's going to be like a nice little drinks and hang out with monkeys from 8 p.m. till 12 a.m. Tonight. So otherwise, I don't want to spoil too much going into next week. There's still a lot of updates that we have to do for everyone so that everyone that does come into town can kind of learn what's going on and join in on the fun. But if you are in New York, make sure to stop by the Hacker House and give us a shout. And yeah, I think that's pretty much the stuff to talk about for now, Jimmy. Thanks.
All right. Thanks a lot, Just Miles. I'm not sure if that was too much information, but that's fine. We'll take it as it is. Hope you guys are having fun. Just a quick one. There is also, apparently some reports of, not so pleasant incidents happening around the last couple of days or the last week or so. If you happen to be in town in New York over this week and the upcoming week, do keep a lookout for one another in case of any potential assault, etc. Try to stay close and protect our monkey queens, especially. We have seen some tweets putting out that claims that there are certain individuals going around trying to attack people for no good reason. So just please look out for our fellow queens. And monkey buddy system could be a good way to go. And of course, we know monkeys always have a good time, and anyone who has joined, any fellow monkeys at these IRL events will clearly know the value of MonkeDAO. But just try to preserve your energy. There is, the real deal coming up as well next week with a lot more exciting lineup outside from the Hacker House, of course. Hacker House is always fun, but there's a jam-packed week next week. So just make sure don't get yourself too wasted before that, and make sure you put yourself or keep yourselves in like pretty much the mean condition at least. All right. So that's for the Solana NYC Hacker House. Definitely keep having fun and watch out for our fellow monkeys. All right. So let's move on to newsletter, and usually we kick off every town hall with a newsletter, but of course this week is slightly different. NFT NYC, of course, is gearing up as well. We will have Stro and his we'll have Stro come out and share with us. Let me text Stro now just to make sure that he's aware that we are live. And whenever Stro you are ready, let us know. I can bring you up here. So without further delay, let's dive right into our newsletter. Let's see. This is the 111 edition, 111 edition, featuring Simon, Nom, and so many amazing monkeys who just, managed to get together and hang out at another monkey meetup again. Just to let you know, as of today, the monkey meetup grant, we shared that, as part of the goal to encourage everyone to start your local chapters and have more monkey meetups. We've seen a lot more monkey content coming out on Twitter. Of course, not every content that you see are largely around monkey meetup. Some of them could be outside of the monkey meetup grant. But today, 3 out of 10 of the monkey meetup grants have been successfully claimed for the enhanced grant size. The usual monkey meetup grant size is up to 25 USDC. You can basically be eligible to claim it as long as you have at least 5 monkeys coming together for an IRL event. And to sort of kick off and commemorate this new initiative that we are making global, we are also we also decided to temporarily increase the grant to 35 USDC, just a small little boost to kind of encourage everybody to really come together. And so that has 7 more submissions that you can redeem, after which it will go back to the usual 25 USDC. Now, but don't worry, regardless of whatever this reimbursement amount is, that is not really the key, message here. The key message is that we are opening up this monkey meetup grant. Essentially, as long as you are a verified monkey, regardless, a Gen 2 or Gen 3, there was no Gen 1 being featured in this grant for now. But as long as you're a Gen 2 or Gen 3, that means that if you are in this Discord, you are able to tap on the grant very easily. All right, you can just pull 4 other monkeys together at least. Of course, more monkeys the better. And for every monkey that you manage to bring together and you put together an event, we will reimburse you a small portion of it, right, up to 25 or 35 USDC. All right. So if you are wondering, how to sort of leverage on that, how to be a part of the meetup grants, feel free to let us know. We are more than happy to point you towards the right direction and continue to share more monkey content. We would love to help amplify it and showcase the monkey community even further. All right, so Town Hall TLDR, if you are not too familiar with us, and of course this week we continue to welcome a lot of new monkeys, and shout out to all our new monkeys. Welcome to the family. But Monkey Town Hall every Friday 12 p.m. EST is something that we've been doing religiously, since the very beginning of MonkeDAO. And in case if you cannot join us live, there is always the option to just catch up via the recording. or essentially just go through the TLD, which is the point forms of the last week's town hall, or rather just the most recent week's town hall, and they are all usually updated within 24 hours or so. And GM Tausi, good to see that you are now here. All right, so if you are wondering what's that and how to catch up, just use the command !town hall TLDR. You will be able to get the latest summary. There's also the option of town hall recording submitted, or rather uploaded via YouTube for now. There's some conversations around potentially, exploring more Web3 native ways. Maybe that's something that we will share once it's available. Governance updates, of course, this week. No week in MonkeDAO is ever boring. And many of you can probably relate to this in the chat, especially folks who've been here for, a couple of months at least, or, even just a couple of weeks. You would soon realize that no one day in MonkeDAO is ever boring. Now, of course, governance updates is always a conversation that keeps everybody pumped up and really excited about. There are a couple of latest updates that we pushed out, votes that just went live. We'll bring out Unjust Mouse to talk a little bit about this later on as well. But feel free to go check out the votes channel. All right. NFT NYC Hotel, that's like a complete sellout. The MonkeDAO Breakpoint 2024 hotel, I think we literally just have one last room left. And just want to quickly shout out as well. This is probably one of the best Web2 trade that we have done. We previously was quoted a room for slightly around 850 or so. The last we checked with the hotel, to get any additional room extended, it would be at least, or rather close to 70 to 80% much more than the price that we have secured for fellow monkeys. So whatever fellow monkeys have secured, for Breakpoint 2024, the hotels, know that you managed to get a good deal, and your rates, whatever that you paid for, are already locked in, and we made the first tranche of payment and secured one of it at least. All right. Stro, I see you typing. No worries. Whenever you're ready later, we'll bring you up and share with us some of the latest updates on NFT NYC. Oh, so we apparently still have 3 rooms left for Grand Central, and I think the other one, which the one that I was referring to, is Robertson House, probably also sold out. All right. Yes, I believe that's also the NFT NYC merge. There's a lot of interest apparently for potential NFT NYC merge, even if you're not staying at the Monkey Hotel. Grand Central is the Singapore hotel, right? The Hotel Grand Central. But yes, the NFT NYC merge, there's probably a couple of beach tower, etc. to pre-order. So if you guys are interested, just watch out for that. We will share more deets on that via band once it's ready. But of course, there is also a conversation that came out via the votes recently that, hey, we really love MonkeDAO merge. How can we ensure that, we can get more monkey merge in a much more active manner and whatnot? I think this is a conversation that Ben and I talk about very briefly over Discord. I think we plan to get together, this upcoming week, hopefully in person, to see how we can potentially, set something up in a much more meaningful manner, especially, tapping on the IPs that we have, as well as potentially the MonkeDAO branding as well. And we expect that to be quite an exciting conversation. Hopefully, everyone can benefit from that as well moving forward. Yes, everyone loves monkey merch. Who doesn't? All right, so Web3 events, quickly, the New York Hacker House is, of course, ongoing right now. Berlin Build Station, Monday Monkey Spotlight. Feel free to go check out the different projects that goes on Monday Monkey Spotlight. Of course, just a reminder, MonkeDAO is, of course, a community made up of a lot of amazing monkey builders. And if you guys are working on a project or are part of a project, let us know. Monday Monkey Spotlight is a platform that we have carved out specifically to help to amplify members' work, especially fellow builders across the ecosystem. This is not limited to the Solana ecosystem alone. It is across other chains in Web3, etc. Or even more so if it is like potentially something that could be relevant as well in Web2 2.5. Feel free to let us know, and we'll be more than happy to help set you up. wow, look at the alpha of the monkey merge ongoing there. Does it breach MonkeDAO code of conduct to use my MonkeDAO towers? Oh, okay. I immediately regretted reading that. Please help me. I'm going to mute Halsey from now on. He's going to get a timeout of like a year at least. Thank God I did not fall for it. All right, the monkeys on Twitter. The best part of every single town hall newsletter is the monkey content. Feel free to go check it out. There's a lot of new monkeys that we welcome this week, and I hope we have some time to welcome you today. And Ben Bottle also minted a very nice SMB Gen 3, super clean, love it. DeFi Degens sticks, of course, got the amazing Skelly. Feel free to go check it out. All right. So next up, let's see, what do we have? Yes. So next up, so that's the newsletter. If you guys are interested and are curious what exactly we are talking about, Simon can help us drop the link, newsletter link, and feel free to go click it. You can download it and read it on the go. All right. Now, very quickly, the budget update and review. Last week, approximately, a week ago or so, we put out the budget to sort of run through it with everybody on, some of the broad-based items that we, sort of have forecasted or sort of have allocated to the different baskets. And in case if you have forgotten, some of the points that we shared, the goal to put the goal of the budget that was being put forth last week is to just get everybody up to speed on some of the things that we're thinking about. The budget that has been sort of shared with everybody, the goal of it is to gather some feedback on whether if community members are aligned and any sort of things that sort of stands out. We think that that's like too little resources allocated, too much resources allocated, etc. The good thing about it is that we expect to be able to move things and organize things a lot quicker, move a lot more agile with this budget that is fleshed out. We do not expect this to have to go to a vote. Essentially, what we the timeline for this is that the initial draft put out to the committee, 7 days to gather feedback. Then the team comes together and review any comments, any feedback, etc. That is shared by the committee. Then flesh out a final version. Now, a quick look at the overall comments provided. It seems like most folks are in sort of agreement with the budget that is being fleshed out. But of course, we acknowledge one feedback, which is that how can we make it a little bit more transparent than what it is. We do know that would be super valuable. And initially, when we were sort of planning, the budget to have it set up, the goal is to also enable the team to have a little bit more flexibility to allocate funds to different areas within that vertical. And that is, also not having to limit ourselves to only spend X amount of money, example, on X resources or rather on X initiative. And if something that, falls short, then it becomes a very complicated process where, a team has to go through, different sort of like vote proposal process, etc. And that could, end up delaying the process a fair bit. All right. So with this latest, budget feedback that we gotten, we will be just pushing out a version on the spreadsheet as well. I think any version that you see, after the next 7 days or so would probably be the final one. And this will be the guiding sort of document that we'll be using for at least the next 3 months. All right. And this is the way it is sort of set up is also spread across different verticals. Like, for example, committee. Committee-wise, that means that if, let's say, committee members have some proposal or some suggestions around organizing X amount of funds for X amount of or X activity, XYZ activities, we can simply just say, all right, yeah, this thing makes sense. Let us allocate, say, $500 or $1,000 to support this, instead of having to go through a proposal. All right. So that gives the team, or rather the executives, for example, the ability to, just empower committee members much quicker instead of having to put everything through a proposal. And with that proposal itself, I think Unjust Mouse come and share with us. I think there are a couple of sort of feedback that has been raised. folks have been feeling a little bit annoyed by the number of pings and, feeling that, hey, proposals should be a little bit more serious, which we appreciate the feedback. So there's a VPP that is being worked on, which is the vote proposal process review. All right. So there's that. Of course, going back to the budget, aside from committee, there's like marketing as well. Previously, the conversations around the, hey, what sort of like marketing initiatives are we doing? Can we allocate X amount to, for example, right, getting our Twitter, officially verified, right? Just to make sure that the branding is on point, right? And, is something that can be referred to more seriously. So with this budget itself, the good news is that we can actually just go ahead and organize this. Cersei and the rest of us can just, potentially just have the, Twitter accounts, etc., verified as an example of a marketing sort of expense that we can classify under, with the goal to really grow like the committee or the MonkeDAO/SMB brand concurrently in a much more efficient manner. And of course, there's the, operations vertical, which, may not be so often mentioned in this budget, but also the, sort of innovation and growth vertical, which I think we expect it to be quite exciting. There will likely be some updates around that. So until there are some updates that we are ready to share with you, this is the update that there will be an update upcoming on that specific vertical itself. All right, sorry to sort of disappoint you, but that is the current update for that. All right, so with that, also just take note, this budget also highlights a specific line vertical of items like event activation, etc. I think that has tremendous value for us. Significantly, especially across like different conferences, etc., just to make sure that the MonkeDAO branding is put at the forefront of everything, and just continue to amplify MonkeDAO/monkeys. And so with that, we will be moving ahead to organize a couple of activations, for example, like Breakpoint. Breakpoint is something that we just sort of completed the paperwork and are organizing the next steps. We will have a significant activation coming up for Breakpoint. So for everyone who's going to Breakpoint or just being part of MonkeDAO, I believe this is an activation that everyone can be proud of and will be able to rally behind with, as well as this continues to take shape. And that's about 5 to 6 months from now, but it's something good to be expecting. All right. So that's the budget for now. Appreciate everyone for the patience. Thank you for the constructive feedback. Of course, nothing is perfect, and we will continue to take your feedback into consideration and try to iterate them as we move forward. All right. Just one note as well before we move on. Of course, with the latest discussions ongoing as well. Whoa! I just saw the green tick, move up very quickly. Congratulations, Lua, that you are no longer green. We'd love to have you up here later on today as well. Now, the budget, just take note, although this was forecasted very recently, depending on the latest, vote outcome, just know that the profit number forecasted may or may not change significantly. All right. But our prudent estimates still gives us a pretty, decent sized runway, assuming that, let's say we have a, monthly burn of like 50K, 60K, we still have, a fair bit of at least 5 years of runway at the current levels. So this is just something that we want to flag out, in a very transparent manner. But of course, know that royalties number may change significantly depending on the outcome of the proposals, etc. All right. So yeah, thanks a lot, Andres Miles. I think we can move on to the next item. More and more of Jeremy talking. Now, this is related to taxes. Of course, in an ideal world, we don't have to ever mention anything related to this word tax. And this is not exactly everybody's favorite topic. But of course, we are a properly registered entity, and we do have some activities that generated a decent level of income, over the last last year or so. So we do have to report to the taxman. Now, this MonkeDAO itself has been incorporated since 2022. Now, because some of the processes set up previously may not have been as comprehensive, and so that tax portion may not have been addressed yet for the year of 2022. The good news is that we have since, with the help of Hall, our treasurer, formally appointed accountant to have the 2022 and 2023 tax worked through. The letter of appointment has been signed and organized right now, and we expect this to be wrapped up hopefully over the next week or so. And just to let you know, the screens is flashing out different. Yeah, thank you. But if you are curious around what the different tax forecasts could be, we expect this 2022, for example, to be in the range of below 50 to 60K for the year of 2022. All right. And for the year of 2023 is where numbers could be a lot more significant. None of these comments that I'm sharing here is binding. These are purely estimates based on the initial numbers that we have seen. The numbers could change drastically depending on, the transactions that we managed to put together and more numbers being presented. But we expect the tax for 2023 to be somewhere in the range of, say, 400,000 or so. This is quite a significant amount, but it is also our duty to keep everybody informed and let you know that we do have to report to the tax man. And eventually, as the tax bill comes, please don't be surprised. This is, of course, a proportion of the income generated also. The good news is that the accountant that we are working with is a pretty crypto native individual that I think Givi has very kindly connected us with. So that is one thing just to update us, and of course everything is net off expenses, including disbursements to any team hired for any roles in this income generation events are not considered income. So expenses are expenses, and of course losses are losses, and that is the latest update. Need more expenses to offset income. Yes. Yes. And as far as like some of the comments and feedback around, hey, let's potentially explore like new other alternative jurisdiction where taxes could be a little bit friendlier. This is something that's been filtered as well. Jem from the board has brought this up multiple times. So we are potentially going to just, put this forward and have this explored properly. And hopefully we can get something concrete. But our goal now is to sort out the taxes and to make sure that we are not falling behind anymore moving forward. All right. So that is the key update, just to get everybody up to speed. Now, I also want to quickly do a shout out as well for Park, who's also very, very obsessed with his green tech for some weird reasons, who's been super helpful and instrumental in getting every single thing related to our finances for MonkeDAO organized to date. Without his help, I think a lot of the sort of numbers would have been all in a mess. So yeah, please help us send a big love and a big hug to Park for working on that and just contributing in such a selfless manner. And he is asking for nothing in return. It's amazing. All right. And this is what I mean. MonkeDAO is indeed a powerhouse. Sometimes, we see that, hey, there are a couple of folks that we see every day, and these are the folks that keep MonkeDAO running. But, in actual fact, that is nothing close to the reality at all. MonkeDAO, is literally a powerhouse that takes a whole village to run. And this is how we, are able to make things happen. And this is why we are so grateful for everyone as well. Can I propose we ban every member in this server whose name starts with Jam? This makes tagging you difficult. Nice. I appreciate that nice purple tag, by the way. All right, so that's the update related to the tags for now. Enough of Jammy talking. Let's shift the attention to one of the more exciting conversations happening, something that is keeping everybody pumping and jumping around. So without further delay, and just Mouse, please take over the stage.
All right. Thanks, Jeremy. GM to everyone. I'm going to just, formally apologize ahead of time. Talking about governance can sometimes be a little bit of a brain drain. But today, I have recently put up 2 votes. As most monkeys may or may not know, this is a very, very contentious topic that we have had come up more than once in the past. It is actually part of the reason why we have made sure to allow for it to continue to come up, because it is constantly a conversation and it's something that as a DAO, I think that everyone is always thinking about. So at this time, there are 2 current proposals that are up about royalties. The first of which, and I'm actually going to just tab over so that people can see, all these are updated to Arweave. They're on the vote.monkedao.io site, and you can check out all the full details of each proposal if you would like. I'm not going to read through all of this because I know it's going to, it could take way too long. But nonetheless, the first proposal that's up was created by 2 members, Raiden and Moritz. This was a proposal that kind of has come up previously in the past. It failed at the voting stage, but it got through the proposal stage. This one is now going up for vote again, and they want to change royalties to 0%. I'm not going to go through the entire proposal. Please take time if you have a chance, obviously, before you vote. But the biggest thing to note is that they want to transition our royalties to 0% on April 20th, 2024. So that is in less than a month. And if this vote were to pass, then we would go to 0% royalties for the Gen 2 collection only on April 20th, 2024. And that's pretty much the highlight of this. But you should definitely, as a Gen 2 monkey, you should read through, see if you agree or if you disagree. And if you don't care at all, you should still vote and abstain. Why? Because governance is important, and for this kind of change to the DAO, it is the largest amount of monkeys are needed to be able to vote on it. So like you can see, 7.5% or 372 people need to vote at least for us to even consider what happens with the outcome. And then from there, because it's a metadata change, it would be 66% have to vote yes. Nonetheless, this is the first proposal that's up. The second one, as you will see here, and also, again, all on chain inside the posts and the votes channel. This one is also about a change to royalties, but it's done in a very different manner. It is called the Solana Monkey Business Gen 2 Royalty Convention of 2024, put up by Jacob.monkey. And then from there, the voting rules are also the same. I apologize for super scrolling. I guess my mouse is very sensitive. Nonetheless, the biggest thing about this proposal and royalties is that when this is enacted, if it reached the supermajority, it would then go through a month-long process where we would discuss and debate and have community members come up and figure out what do we think is the best solution for our royalties. And then at the end of the month, there'll be a vote on what we should do. And the idea is that during that time, we can kind of figure out what would be best for us. Should it be 0%? Should it be 2.5%? Should it be 5%? Should it stay the same? And then from there, we figure out together, what is the most popular thing that we're going to go with, and then we'll vote on that, and then it gets enacted. So these are the first votes that we've had up in a while. So super excited to have monkeys go out there and hopefully vote. If you like one or you like both, you can vote yes on both. You can vote no on both. You can vote abstain on both. You can do yes and no, all up to you. So take some time to read through the proposals and see what you think. Post in the chats, in the discussion channels, what you're interested in. There are a lot of opinions here. We have a ton of different monkeys, a ton of different thoughts, a ton of different ideas on where and what we should do with the DAO. Make your voice heard by going out and vote. So since we're past that first stage, we're on the second one. So the only way to be heard now is to get your monkey, go to vote.monkedao.io and get out there voting. I don't want to bore anyone with anything else. If you want to learn more, read the proposals, join the chats, and we'll all move forward together. All right, Jemmy, I'm done talking about governance.
All right. Thank you, Andres Mouse. Really appreciate that. Of course, this is, sometimes a relatively contentious topic that has came up multiple times. We just ask for everybody's help to keep the conversations civil and your exchanges to be constructive. Just know that, of course, sometimes even if the, opinions may differ, everybody really just wants the best outcome for fellow monkeys. All right. So whatever camp that we are supporting, we can always keep our conversations civil and not to one another now. All right. So that's just one thing that we wanted to get across. Feel free to go check it out. And although sometimes we talk about this thing as if like we're kidding, but maybe once we sort out everything, the sort of conversations around potential sort of like DAO assets or whatever, may not be that far away, or it could actually be something that we can probably look into. And I think there's definitely a way to get something like that organized. All right, not trying to get sort of distracted, but I know we have Stroll who's ready to join us, and a bunch of us are so excited for NFT NYC upcoming. So Stroll is ready to give us the final clutch updates on everything you need to know. And Cersei, of course, if there's something as well that we may be missing, feel free to top up as well and help us point monkeys to the right direction. So Stroll, whenever you're ready, feel free to unmute yourself.
GM monkeys, how you doing? I know that some of you are already in New York City for the Hacker House, but if you're planning to go to New York City or you are in New York City and you haven't joined the Telegram group chat, here on the chat, I post the.
Oops, Stroll, are you still there? Is it just me, or is it Stroll disconnecting?
Yeah, he went from excruciatingly loud to disappeared.
All right, classic. You can hear him just well. Okay, maybe it's just me then. Yeah. Okay, you guys are definitely messing around. All right, all good. Stroll, whenever you're back, let us know. Classic, Discord, just trying to rock everybody. But yeah, Stroll has shared a couple of updates. Cersei, if you want to come out and compliment that as well, feel free. They are obviously trolling, so feel free to come out and help Stroll fill in if you want.
I'm so confused. I thought they were like, Stroll is talking, and I thought I was rugging, but Stroll is not talking, right? Yeah, but anyway, if you guys are at NYC, please remember to sign up because we want to make sure that you guys have a ticket. Wait, you can't hear me. Oh my god, this is Stroll. Yeah, but we want to make sure that you guys have a ticket, and if you are going to NYC and you're not in the NFT NYC group chat, please join and ping either one of us, like Simon, Stroll, or me. Stroll is not working yet. I can't hear Stroll, but yeah, please join the NFT NYC group chat, and once you join that, everything will be there. If you have any questions, yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but
can you hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you now.
Welcome back to live.
Let's go.
I need to start over again. Probably yes.
Yeah, sounds good. Feel free. Let's do it.
Okay, perfect. I don't know what's happened, but okay, let me start. Okay, let me start again. One more. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. All good.
Okay, perfect. So first of all, I want to say about NFT NYC. If you're already in New York City or you're planning to go to New York City, on the chat, I will send the link for the Telegram group chat. To be approved to the Telegram group chat, you have to ping me or Simon with your Telegram username. You can DM us, or you can write on the Discord NFT NYC or NFT Hacker House Discord channel. Then MonkeDAO events, which most of you are looking for. The first MonkeDAO event is April 3rd. The name is Monkey Drip, and the time is at 8:30, and the location is at Sage. I want to remember everyone that we might have a little MonkeDAO gift, a little or a big, I don't know. It's a gift for the first people that arrive at the event. So we might have a gift for first come, first serve. So the early you show up, the highest is your chance to get a MonkeDAO gift. Then we have two events April 3rd. The first event is Solana Ecosystem Happy Hour by Office. The time is 5 to 8, and the location is at Loft. And it's sponsored by MonkeDAO. So if you want to sign up, I think that maybe Circe might have the link of the of the event. Otherwise, I can look it. I can look it on the Discord. Okay, the event. No, I can found it. So if maybe Sears can ping the link of the Discord, that I would really the link of the offline event. I will really appreciate it. Then there is a second event, April 4th. That is a Monkey Music event. It's at 9 p.m. and the location is the Lancy. To sign up, this is for the MonkeDAO VIP only. And if you are not in the MonkeDAO VIP, we might open some spot, but 1 or 2 days before the event. Then April 5th, we might have another event, but this is dependent on the weather, because I heard from a lot of you that the event in the weather in New York City is not great. We were planning to do like a rooftop party in partnership with another monkey, but we really need to wait for the weather. So the event on April 5th, we will announce it maybe in a couple of days, depends on the weather. I think that's all for NFT NYC. I remember to join the Telegram chat. And if I want to say something about Singapore, I want to say that we sold out on Robertson House, and we have only 3 rooms left at Grand Central. So if you want to be in MonkeDAO Hotel for Singapore Breakpoint, you make sure to buy your room. We only have 3, and then we will not be able to allocate more, because we already have more than 77 rooms booked, so we will not be able to get more rooms. So if you want to go to a Singapore Breakpoint, please make sure to buy your room. Otherwise, next week might be too late. I think that's all. I will see you all in 3-4 days in New York City, and get ready to party and to hang out with a lot of you. Bye-bye.
All right, thanks a lot, Stro. Don't you guys just love the energy from Stro? Indeed, that is super infectious. Appreciate you, Stro, and thanks for everything that you have helped us organize this. He made me check myself a bit, because when he applied to be an exec, I was not really a fan. Nice. Thank you, Tausi, for the interesting comment. Stro, if you haven't realized, you have a lot of fans in the Town Hall Tech Chat thread. Now, very quickly as well, along the vein of the NFT NYC topic, I think we can go to the next slide. Just to let everybody know as well, as much as it's a lot of fun that we are expecting, we are also getting the exec and the board together, because this is an amazing opportunity to put everybody in the same place, to just, work through a couple of things together. And so we have a sort of like an on-site huddle that is upcoming, and date and time is not made public, just to make sure that the safety of everybody is taken care of in case things go crazy. No, but just kidding. The goal of this on-site is to bring the board and the exec, basically the whole team, together to sort of run through some of the overarching goals and strategies for MonkeDAO, especially for the next 6 months or so at least, and work through some of the key strategies that we may want to consider pushing out. Of course, we are concerned that the term may be relatively short for some of the roles, specifically 6 months or so. So that would be a key consideration as well. But the goal of this on-site that we are organizing is to really flesh out, sometimes what we call like a meaningful sort of like roadmap or key strategies that we may want to undertake. And this could include things like branding, community, and one of the bigger items that we are also trying to solve is that MonkeDAO is really as unique as it can ever be. How can we continue to simplify things a lot more for membership and to not make things complicated unnecessarily? All right. So with that itself, please also, if you guys do have any, interesting feedback, any suggestions that you want to put forth, please reach out to any of the board members or execs, including myself. I'm more than happy to have you slide into my DMs if you are going to share something. But if you're just going to slide into my DMs to say hi, I'm sure we can do that in the do that in the Gen 2 chat. All right. But yes, so hopefully the goal of us, okay, Tausi has already started the train of heist. I should not have mentioned that. But the goal for us getting out of that room on next week is that we hope to have a solid plan that we can come out and come back and share with everybody and say, hey, like these are a couple of things that we have identified that we would love to spend time on over the next couple of months, where we think can help generate the most value for monkeys. And take note that while some of these suggestions are helpful, there are ways that we can potentially help organize things without having to put them through a proposal. And I think once a great example is something that Angel as well as White Rabbit brought up just a couple of hours ago in the Gen 2 chat. Things like how can we move Monkey Town Hall to a more public-facing channel like Twitter, which I personally 100% agree. I think we've done an incredible job trying to keep the house intact and trying to keep the members engaged internally. All right, so how do we now sort of try to do a little bit better on the external facing channels and avenues so that everyone across Web3 or on Twitter, etc., knows about MonkeDAO and the work that we are doing. This would be super helpful if we can explore ways that we can bring this to a more public facing channel. All right. So this is just an example I want to quote on a very helpful, constructive feedback. Not everything has to be put through a proposal, and proposal fatigue is real. And I'm 100% aligned and behind this. Anything that we can do to simplify things and make it easier for membership that can help generate value and amplify monkeys would be something that we would be more than happy to back it and put it across and make it even simplify and have this organized within the shortest time frame possible. All right. So TLDR, there is a exec on site, the leadership on site involving the execs and the board members as well. Different roles like the treasurer, potentially having the council, as well as, of course, Deaf Majesty as well has been amazing. She will be joining us as well. If you guys have any feedback, feel free to let us know, and we would, love to, factor this into consideration and consider some of the feedback during our discussion in the upcoming week. All right. So that's close to the tail end of the agenda items that we've prepared for everyone. We are now ready to transit to barrel raffles. Now, before we do that, there is also a shout out that we want to give for a lot of new monkeys. We see some of the potential new faces in the room. If you guys are a new monkey and you have not yet had the opportunity to say hi, or if you just join us like Lua over the last couple of weeks, we would love to bring you up and come up and say hi. Now, so if you are new and you haven't had the opportunity to come up, tag myself, tag Super Simon, and we would love to have you up here very shortly. Now, Deaf Majesty, I'm not sure if you are convenient to speak. There is also an interesting initiative that Deaf Majesty brought out, which we are 100% supportive. So just to make sure that we are not leaking things unnecessarily, Deaf Majesty, I would love to leave this to you to share with the committee on this initiative that could be upcoming. And just if you don't mind, could you go to the previous one? Yeah. So yeah, Deaf Majesty, whenever you're ready, feel free to take over.
What's up, guys? Yes, we are going to be starting, hopefully, probably post these events that are coming up soon, something called Monkey Mingle, and it basically, we will be hanging out in portals, potentially. So this is something we wanted to create. Of course, there'll be more details and a more official and formal announcement very soon, but a lot of you guys, when I was going through the feedback from that feedback form that so many of you filled out, everybody was wanting something in addition because they enjoy Town Hall so much. So I was like, what can we create, or what can we, have for the monkeys that's really going to help, I don't know, get you guys all hanging out together, especially for monkeys, who can't go to IRL events, things like that. We just wanted to create something, a place for us to all hang out in more of like an informal setting. So Monkey Mingle, we're going to try and make it so that it's after town halls. And I'm really hoping we can have really good engagement and get as many monkeys in there as possible. So stay tuned for that announcement. And I do want to thank all the monkeys that participated in the feedback forum, guys. You seriously showed out and you gave so many amazing ideas and feedback. And I've just been sifting through it. The team's been looking at it just to, bring you guys what you're asking for so that we can, make this a great place to network, as it's always been. MonkeDAO's always been synonymous with networking and building. So we just want to bring the vibes back and, make a really cool place for all of us to just hang out. So can't wait to see you guys there. And yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned for that announcement.
All right. Thank you, Dev Majesty. Super exciting. And there is, of course, the Portals environment. I think that is very fun as well. I think that's like spatial audio. So maybe depending on where you are in the room, it may or may not be less shitty. All right. So yeah, appreciate it, Dev Majesty, and Dev should definitely take over the town hall instead of myself. I agree. So we are now ready to go to the barrel raffles. Feel free to run through the raffles needs, Moon Settler, and if you guys are trying to manifest your chances of winning, now is probably the only window of time to pray to all the gods that you can find. So Moon Settler, whenever you're ready, feel free to take over the stage.
Hey, GM. So let me start sharing my screen. Today we actually have 2 giveaways to run through. We have the 5 barrels, as well as we have the 5 winners for the 300,000 Dev With Hat raffle, token raffle. So we will go ahead and get started with the Dev With Hat. So we had 150 tickets sold for this. There will be 5 winners. So let me go, paste the names in here. We have 150 names posted. Let's do a bit of shuffling and we'll pick 5 winners here. So let's go ahead and get started. First winner up for the Dev With Half tokens is, it did 3 winners at once. All right. So the three winners so far will be Deflapa, Nico City, and Flipside 9518. So let me just capture those. I guess I have to change the settings to 1 at a time. Sorry about that. So that's 3. We have 2 more to do. Next. 4th winner, Super Simon. Rigged. This is definitely rigged.
I think we need to re-roll this. Something is wrong.
All right. And the final winner for the tokens is...
Congratulations.
So there are your 5 winners for the Dev With Hat tokens. Next up, we have the 5 barrels. Let me capture all the names. Once again, 400 tickets sold. Bring the names over. Change this to 1 at a time. Do a bit of shuffling. Really need music for this session, I think. All right, let's go. First up, we have King Digi. Winner number 1. More shuffling. Winner number 2. Rule.
Running up, take a talk, and settle mine. Only a threat.
Thanks, Demi.
Let's go. 3rd winner.
Let's live it
Clocks.
like some sorrow. Someone might tell you life is
The
deadly.
4.
Plus, it's just one of many. Come on, let us
What? The Frogs win? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Really?
Guys is
No
the
way.
4th winner. And the final winner for this week's barrel raffles will be Darren Blessed Burgers. All right, so there you go. There you have your 5 winners for this week's barrel raffles. So following this town hall, we will get those up and running and configured to be sent out to all of you. Please just give us a bit of time, as these have to go through a manual process, and then we send them out, and then have to get multi-sig approved, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we do try to get them out as quickly as possible, but yeah, it does take a bit of time. And then as a reminder, also following the town hall, we will be posting the next round of barrel raffles for next week's town hall draw, as well as the 5 direct giveaways, as we normally do. And then we'll just hint that in the next couple days or so, or most likely early next week, there will be a couple more items going up on the banana stand, which I won't indicate what they are at this moment, but just be on the lookout for that. There will be announcements going out for that as well. We have been doing a bit of work on the back end to restock the banana stand inventory with different items. That way we can have a more fluid schedule for all of you, so that everybody asking when, we are getting stuff. We are going to get them loaded. So there will be more stuff going forward. All right, that's it for me. Back
I
over to
think
you, Jeremy.
we'll get something next week after. I think, but okay, not think.
Cyrus thinks.
We will
Cyrus thinks there will be more stuff. There will be a lot more stuff.
and there will be something that we are only getting. Only we are getting. Yeah, that's all. Bye bye.
Yeah, that's it for me this week. Thanks a lot, everyone.
All right, thanks a lot, Musakla. Appreciate that, and Sosi for the unintended alpha. But I think I may know what you're talking about, so I'm really looking forward to that as well. Just a quick shout out before we transit to the Pump It Up vibes. Do we have any new monkeys in the room? I see Buddy there as well. But Buddy, if you want to come up and say hi, we would love to invite you. If you are a new monkey and you have not yet had the opportunity to come out and introduce yourself to the community, now is probably the window to do so. Feel free to tag myself, tag Super Simon, let us know, and we'll be more than happy to bring you out. Of course, understand that this may not entirely be a good time for everybody. So just going to do a couple of shout out. If not, we will continue to invite new community members to join us in the upcoming week or so. Next week we'll likely be dialing in, from the NFT NYC as well. So it should be a pretty exciting week coming up ahead. All right. If there are no new monkeys in the room, without further delay, we will be sending the Pump It Up vibes really soon. Once again, appreciate you guys for joining our weekly production of Monkey Weekly Town Hall. There are, of course, a lot of things happening. Highly encourage everyone to keep yourself safe, keep a lookout for fellow monkeys, and of course, if you have any suggestions or feedback, feel free to send it our way, and keep the conversations going, but also encourage everyone to keep the conversation civil as well. All right, without further delay, we wish you an amazing weekend, and we look forward to hang out with fellow monkeys who will be headed to NFT NYC. Have a safe trip and enjoy your weekend.
Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up, up, up.